Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at another 1/6 scale figure. This is Michael Myers from Trick or Treat Studios. It was released in 2020. I believe it actually came out the same day as the first 1/6 scale Michael Myers figure. This is the Samhain edition, as you can see. And I'll go over what that means here in a little bit. We're just going to get a look at the box here. As you can see, the box is pretty much similar. Actually, as a matter of fact, it's actually the same exact box as the first figure. I think the only difference was that this one has the Samhain sticker on it, to make that addition. So, just like the other one, it opens up in the front. And like I said, the only thing different is this sticker right here. What we're going to do now is take the box out the turntable, open the box, and see everything that the figure comes with. Alrighty folks, this is it. This is everything that the figure comes with. As you can see, it's the same exact thing as the other figure. It only comes with one spare hand and the knife, excuse me. So as far as these two items, they are the exact same as the other one. The only difference is this one actually has a little bit of a blood spatter on his hand, and they did that for a reason. I'll show you why here in a second when we go over the figure. But this one has blood spatter on a hand. Other than that, it's the same exact hand. And as far as the knife goes, there is blood at the tip of the knife. As far as the knife itself, it's the same exact knife as before. They just, put a little bit of blood on here, which they did an amazing job. And what's weird is you can feel, obviously this is made out of plastic, like I said in my last video, but this one, you can feel the plastic right here, and then you can feel the acrylic paint. So you can actually feel, I don't know if it's acrylic or not, but you can feel the paint right here. You can tell a transition between the blood and the knife. I find that to be very, very interesting. And you can see the shininess of the blood itself. I really appreciated that, they went the extra mile to put in that detail. Be careful with the sharpness. It is still sharp. It is a little bit flexible. So as far as putting it into his hand, you grab it at the base. Never grab it up here and try pushing him, because I feel like it's going to break. Grab it at the base of the knife and just stick it in. It slides right in, right about there, because towards the back it doesn't come out. You can force it, but that's where I usually leave it. As far as the base goes, again, this figure did not come with the base, so I actually bought a third-party base. This is it right here. I bought this off of eBay. It's a seller in China that actually makes custom ones, 1/6 scale figures. You send them a pic of what you want, and they'll put the pic here, and they'll ask you what nameplate you want, and they'll put it on there. If you like these, I'll actually leave the link in the description for the seller, and they are more than welcome to do custom stands for you. It does look a little bit weird, but because I actually haven't took the plastic off of it, it's actually acrylic down here, and it actually looks a lot nicer. I just haven't took it off. Just trying to make it look nice, because once it starts getting scratched, you got to buy new ones. So like I said, this figure and the previous figure does not come with the base or a stand, which I think that's really a big miss for Trick or Treat Studios. They could have done some amazing stands, but they decided on not to. So that's everything the figure comes with. What we're going to do now is get the figure and take a closer look. Alrighty folks, here's the figure, Michael Myers. Before we go any further, we're going to do a height. I actually remembered to do it this time. So he stands, you know what, let me lower this a little bit. There we go. He stands at about a little over 12 inches. He stands about 12 inches and a quarter. So this figure, I was actually comparing, and I will bring out the other one to do a little bit of side-by-side comparison, but I was looking at this figure, and the only honest difference between the two figures They're both the same exact figure. The only major difference between the two, give me 1 second, is zippers. Oh, you know what? I'll just leave it like that. The only difference is this one has blood spatter all over his coveralls, which, you know, I can appreciate that. I like that they went out and, you know, decided to do that. But what just doesn't make sense is, as far as the pricing goes, the first one was the most expensive out of this one, and the other ones I'm going to be reviewing. So yeah, they put the blood spatter. Like I said, this is the same exact figure as before. There is no blood spatter, as far as I can tell, on his back, and as far as the front, it stops right about here. So as far as it goes, we'll start from the bottom. He still has the same green boots, you know, nice little bit of detail right here, nice green boots, very nice. The coveralls, blue, navy bluish. Like I stated before in my previous video, I think they're going to come out with like an olive green. They really don't. There's been a big, you know, argument to see, you know, as to what color his coveralls were. Were they blue? Were they green? Were they gray? You know, it really, I guess, comes up to you. Really comes down to you with the lighting. What do you see? I don't remember seeing them green. I remember seeing them blue. But, you know, a lot of people say they were green, so who knows? As far as the blood spatter, like I said, it's just on the front, and then the front of his mask, which I'll go over here shortly. His hands are completely the same. As far as the coveralls, he does have a little pocket right here in the front. And he has, you know, the pockets right here in the back, which actually, you can actually stick a knife in. And on the side as well. The zipper, which I was messing with earlier. I think it's kind of stuck, but it's right about there. I didn't want it to go up a little bit more, or, you know, just leave it like that. He has a little buttons up here, which they're just for show. They don't clip. And as far as his, you know, he has a bottom black t-shirt. As far as his neck goes, you can see it here a little bit. Sorry about that. And as far as the face goes, or I'm sorry, the mask. It is the same exact mask as the previous one, except with the blood spatter. Which I can appreciate that, but again, I was looking at the mask, and you know, if you want to say that this is, you know, the first figure was like part of the beginning movie when he was stalking Laurie Strode, and this is when finally he went on the killing spree, you would think that he would have the hole right here where Laurie actually poked him. You know, or stabbed him, not poked him, but stabbed him with that crochet hook. And no, they went all out and did the whole blood spatter, you know, make it look like he's been in, you know, on the killing spree, and still, no, they didn't put that part. So, missed opportunity right there. As far as the mask is concerned, I really like the mask the way it came out. I believe Hot Toys is still coming out with their Michael Myers, and I will be doing a comparison of the two. But for now, this is just one of the best ones I've seen. Well, one of the only ones I've seen of 1/6 scale. You can still see he has the eyes there, which I can really appreciate, because when you actually look at him like from far away, you can't really tell he has eyes. Like they look dark, but up close, you can see the eyes, which I can really appreciate. As far as, you know, the bottom of the mask is weathered, like it's been rubbing against the skin, and then the back of his mask, he also still, like before, he has a little break to where he puts it on. So that is Michael Myers up close. There we go, let's stand him up. And what we're gonna do now is go get the figure and go over articulation. Alrighty folks, so as far as articulation, he is the same as the previous one. Everything is the exact same. So his, you know, his mask or head goes 360. Doesn't really have a range of motion up and down. I do kind of want to say he has a single ball joint. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. He has a single ball joint down here. So the neck does not move. As far as his shoulder goes, there is no butterfly joint. His arm does swing 360 degrees, but because of the coveralls, it prevents him from doing that. So because of that, his coveralls go to about there, and they go back to about there. I do believe there's only a single ball joint at the at the elbow. Yes, there is. Single ball joint at the elbow, so goes up to about there. He has a ball joint at the wrist, so it can go down, up, and can turn 360 degrees. As far as the torso go, I do want to... No, there's no movement whatsoever at the torso. Maybe a little bit. It's kind of rubberish down there. When I say rubberish, it almost feels like a Physon body down here, but it's not. So I do want to say there's a little bit of movement at the torso, but there's really not. As far as the waist is concerned, I do believe it's a 360 degree turn, but because of the coveralls, it prevents it from turning 360 degrees. So it goes to about there, and it goes to about there. As far as the legs are, go there. So before we go there, they go up to about there, and they go back to about there. And that is not because of the coveralls. I believe part of his lower buttocks, I guess you can say, actually prevents it from going any further back. There is a 360 degree turn at the thigh if you really wanted to turn it. I'm not going to turn it just so I don't want to, take his coveralls off to try to fix it, but there is a 360 degree turn. I do believe he does have a a double joint at the knee, so it makes him go all the way up. And as far as his ankle goes and pivots, he really does not have good motion at the ankle because of his boot. Like I said previously, it goes down to about there because the back hits, and it goes back to about there because the front hits. Same with the sides, it doesn't go sideways at all because the top hits. It does turn 360 degrees, but aside from that, aside from that, it does not really have that much movement. I mean, I can appreciate that there's this much movement, so not much to complain there. Maybe they could have gone as far as maybe moving some of the toes, but I noticed actually most 1/6 scale figures don't do that, so I'm not really going to complain too much about that. Let me stand them up here. Sorry about that. A little bit of debris there from the box. There he is. And what we're going to do now is get the other figure and do some height comparisons. Alrighty folks, so as far as height comparisons, as you can see, these two figures are exactly the same height. They're the same exact figure. All they did was pretty much take this figure and just added some, some blood to the coveralls and some blood to the knife. So they're the same exact figure. I don't really see a difference whatsoever. I did go over both figures extensively after the video to see if there was any difference at all. And like I said, the only difference that these two figures have are obviously the blood here, the knife, and a little bit of blood on this hand. There's no even blood on this hand at all whatsoever. So yeah, these two figures, I mean, they're really great figures. If you're a big fan of the Halloween series of Michael Myers, these two are a must-have. They are excellent. Just these two like this alone are great. Like I said, as far as height, there's no difference whatsoever. They're both the same exact figure. Although I do have them, when I have them posed, I do have both of them on different stands. When I contacted that seller, I asked him to give me this one for this Michael Myers, and for the other one, let me see if I have it handy here. For the original Michael Myers one, I did this one because that was the poster that came, when the first movie came out. Let me move that aside. Alrighty folks, so there he is, Michael Myers from Trick or Treat Studios, released in 2020. I did forget to mention earlier that this was the Michael Myers from the 1978 movie. Like I said, this is the Sam Hine edition. Very great figure. I love the stand that I got for him. So guys, I really hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please like and share and subscribe if you haven't already. I do have an Instagram going up already that's going to be showing previews of videos that I'm going to be posting on YouTube. So if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, head over to my Instagram. I'll post a description down below. That being said, if you have any comments, please comment down below. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.